Right, going to be looking at the Sunwayfoto GH Pro II geared head for cameras today. This is my initial thoughts and review of the head. I've come from many years of using ball heads, so this is my first geared head, which, as the name suggests, has these geared adjustments to allow precise positioning and angling of your camera depending on what you want to shoot. So the big advantage with geared heads is their precision, in that you can get things absolutely perfectly aligned, particularly important in architectural photography, or where you need to have everything square and parallel. And as you may see from here, I've got my old Canon 6D with the Canon 24mm TSE lens connected here, and I've got the Rogetti TSE frame, which I invested in early in the year, which is again a very nice bit of kit. But returning to the geared head, so as you can see here, it's an Arca Swiss compatible head there. So we've got the Arca Swiss plates there. So again, if you're looking at geared heads, there's a very good chance you're probably already into the Arca Swiss system. I personally find it invaluable because of the ease of being able to swap these things out. And as you can hopefully see here, I've got L brackets to provide easy adjustment if I'm mounting the camera vertically or in landscape mode. Again, this is the Arca Swiss sort of standard. But anyway, returning to the head here, so starting at the bottom, we've got a 360-degree pan head here, providing full rotation, and then we've got the two adjustment knobs here, and both of these dials have got this quick release lever to speed up the movement, and just make things a little bit easier for yourself. And let's just return that back to upright. Now then, coming further up to the top here, we have another rotation head, panning head here. Now, as you might be able to tell on here, I've got a leveling ball head in this schizo tripod, which enables me to level all of this base up before fitting a tripod head and a camera, so I know that this plane is always going to be level. Now, if you don't have such features, having two panning heads here is actually quite useful, because if you've got yourself set up in the field and this isn't quite sort of level, you can correct everything here and that's all square, and then you know that that's all horizontal. But then if you then wanted to do a further pan, you can then use that head and then twist the camera around accordingly. So it's a nice little feature to have there. Not overly relevant for me because, as I said, I've got this the ball head there. So spinning this around a little bit more, let's just have a quick look at the, I always get this wrong, bear with, there we go. So we've got down to 90 degrees, oh, it will go beyond 90 degrees, take my word for it. In best Blue Peter style, we don't have one we did earlier, but let's just return that up. So all of the action is very smooth. I've got a number of photographic items that have been produced in China, so notably Nodal Ninja panoramic heads, and all the machining quality and all of the anodizing is up there. There's no appreciable backlash with any of these movements, but there is something that I will come on to in a moment once I do a camera swap, and you'll see in a moment. But overall, very nicely put together. This panning motion is nice and smooth. I just imagine that will free up in time, but otherwise that's all pretty good. So I'm now going to swap out and move to another lens just to show you a couple of considerations with that. Right, so I've now swapped out and put my Canon 7D Mark II with the Canon 100-400 lens and 1.4 extender on there. This is the largest camera rig, largest and heaviest camera rig that I own, but I just wanted to point out a couple of things here. So there's no lock off when tilting all of this, so as you move it, it stays. So I'll give that a bit more of a, and there's nothing discernible there, no lock off other than just the adjustment of the pitch and angle. Now if I go the other way, now because this is quite a heavy rig up and we're moving this down, you can see this is getting a bit juddery. Now I've got no doubts that the head is comfortably taking the weight, but because we've got a gear here, the extra weight is providing extra load on that. So what I'm doing now is just kind of gently holding the camera and just counterbalancing the adjustment. So again, we go the other way. And bring that back. There's some definite resistance there, and it's a little bit grumpy. So that's one of those things just to bear in mind. There's no locking this in place, but the precision seems to be absolutely fine. But a big bulky camera and lens setup, it's just something to bear in mind, especially if you're tipping the lens up and down quite a bit, that you might just want to brace the camera and lens as you're making your adjustments. Right, so back with the 6D and the TSE lens for just a final spin around and some thoughts. So yeah, as I said, construction quality of this looks very nice. The precision is very good. I've not had a chance to really use it in anger. Hopefully that'll come in the coming weeks, but do really like the precision of it. Now of course some people will say this is a downside and that it is much slower, but I consider that a bit of a plus, and especially if you're kind of doing landscapes or architectural photography, there's a very good chance you're going to be with a tripod, so the extra 10-20 seconds of leveling and so on and so forth is probably going to be neither here nor there, but the ability to get everything squared off and in camera and not have to worry about things, I think will be a big asset. So yeah, just finally to say that yeah, this was a purchase from eBay here in the UK. Nice easy transaction with that one, and as I say, Sunwayfoto, I've got other bits of their equipment. It seems to be very competitively priced, and I'm still quite pleased with that. Now this is my first product video review as such, so do please let me know what I can change for future one of these, and thanks very much for watching.